Alright, we're back, and I've made a spacecraft that is too heavy to launch, so we're going to go save and continue. And what we have to do is upgrade our launch pad. It's starting to wonder if we crashed. Locked or invalid parts. I want to trash that. Delete. Delete. But this way, instead of going through this vehicle assembly bay all the time, you can click on here and launch new missions, selecting auto-saved ships or your saved ships and everything. You can also change out your mission flags and have different mission flags for every mission if you want. But what we're going to do is right-click, and we're going to upgrade this so it can withstand 140-ton rockets. We're going to recover, and then we're going to upgrade. Great, now we got that. So we can take this, we'll grab this craft by double-clicking on it, and we're going to launch this and probably not get into orbit. Once again, redoing the staging slightly so it stages the way I like it to stage. SAS, and boost. This will probably be a little bit of overkill. Now, due to the lack of some things, like I don't have control over these surfaces, it just makes me go straight, it's rather hard to tip the craft over. Speaking of which, I am actually going to separate you back out. Kick those off, and I could have put parachutes on them. Ooh, wait. This will get us up there in terms of altitude. They want me to go to that place and do a crew report. Okay. And that rocket has us moving at just under 700. Oh, shoot. That could be bad. Okay. That could have been worse. So we're going to wait until we get up here a little bit. And I think we can safely trigger this thing now. Kind of a more unusual way of doing it, but I wanted to slow down a little bit so I had more control over the facing and didn't send the rocket careening into a circle. We see now we got this expanding out pretty quickly. And that got us up into space. And we're going to be careful about this stuff because I want it to work right. Oop, off. Okay, we got the liquid fuel rocket ready to go now. And we're going to wait until we get closer to this point here. And we'll probably end up in suborbital flight because I'm pretty sure I didn't stick enough fuel onto here. At least I hope I got enough to put it into orbit and then come back. As I said, I'm not the best at this. Full burn! We can see there that that the orbit is expanding out. We'll click on this and we'll see our current fuel levels, and I am right. We don't have enough fuel. But we will beat that one record that we need to beat, so that's alright. We set speed records and so forth, but we're not quite where we need to be. Observe the mystery goo. We get nothing from it. Crew report. We get nothing from that either, and you can't EVA yet. Yep, you can't EVA yet, because we don't have the astronaut complex upgraded. So this will be a relatively kind of crappy flight. Kick that off. And prepare for re-entry. Yep, there we go. We got the distance record, which will give us a bunch of money, 74,409 to be exact. We're now where we get physics acceleration instead of rails acceleration. Whee! That's not very good. Whee! That's not very good either. Wow, that was a pretty good, just hitting it right on the dot there. We shouldn't have that much of a re-entry effect. We'll have some. There goes that bit. Whee! Eventually what you'll have to do for like long distance travel and stuff, you'll have to put a heat shield on. Activate the parachute, take that off, and back into acceleration. Eventually you have to put a heat shield off, because what you'll do if you hit too hard is you'll burn. You'll burn right up. Happens if we do a crew report now. We get an actual report, because I guess this is a different biome. We still don't get anything from that. Ooh, almost forgot to slow that down. I've had too many spacecraft just shred themselves. Of course, it used to deploy a lot faster, too. You can change some of the settings, like the altitude it deploys at, the minimum pressure. You can cut the parachute off if you want to do that. If you've got an engineer, you can actually reassemble the parachute, repack it. Observe the mystery goo. The goo escapes into the water. Brilliant! We have caused an ecological disaster. Some more science. There we go. Recovery. Loading, loading, loading. All the times we're loading, loading. We got some more science, so we can actually do some more research. I should really stick this on the solid state drive for these videos. Which really wouldn't... I can't do that at the moment. I'll have to do that after I do all these recordings. So we got 47 science, which leaves us the question of what do we want to research. This can be handy, because that gives me the control surfaces required. With a small inline reaction wheel and everything. Basic science allows me to get some extra science modules, like the thermometer and the comms dish. We've already got a communications device. Frankly, we're not going to get any more science-y stuff for a little while. So we'll do flight control because it gives me the winglets, which I can do a lot with. And we're going to go close that. We're going to go back to this. And we're going to modify this craft. We're going to take these things off. We're going to go to standard, aerodynamics, purchase. We're going to stick 4 of them there, and another 4 on here. It'll allow me to do more, so I don't have to waste as much energy. I'm going to take that off for a second, go to fuel tanks. And it's being a little bit stubborn. I have to click these things sometimes 2 or 3 times before it lets me do it. And there we go. This should give me more. This will give me more fuel to do the orbit with. This will give me more control to start getting up the speed that is required for the orbit. And we'll see what happens. This might actually now just be a waste, that solid booster. But hey, oh well. Launch. That's one great thing about this game, is it is just a lot of experimentation as you figure out how to do this stuff. I should have stuck parachutes on these. Oh well. Because we're so short on money. I say that now, watch me go bankrupt in the course of the series. SAS on! Jeb! Climb! You can see it bending a little bit. Oh! Oh boy. Oh boy. It's a shimmying. It's a shimmying. I can't take this off. We're gonna have to go with the wobbly rocket. The top is part of the problem now. I've got no structural reinforcements I can put onto here. But there we go. The wobbling is going away a little bit. At least it's not wobbling as much. And now it's not wobbling at all. Yeah, I think this thing is kind of a vestige that doesn't really need to be needed anymore. Oh well. We trigger that, and we can tip over. Well, it's still accelerating, so... It's fighting. Whoop. Whoa, okay, a little bit uncontrollable. Oh, that's why, because I took SIS off. And now we're going to go into space. We're going to see what our altitude will be. Going to get it up to 80. Now that we got the fuel to do that, we're up there at 82. We'll kick this thing over to look over at the horizon. And we'll speed up. We're still in physics acceleration, so it's going to wobble in the atmosphere a little bit. The atmosphere has caused us to lose a little bit of our ending altitude. Sorry, I had to sneeze there. And we're not quite in space yet, and we're in space. Frick! No, 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 no. I'm good at this. I swear. Shoot. And I've just ruined it. Completely ruined it. What's my altitude? 61,000. Can we kind of mess this thing up into orbit? Nope, we're not going to. I have completely botched it. Oh boy, I have botched that right up. Go me. Focus, not... Focus on him! Ugh. So... This allows us to do something new now. We can revert the flight back to launch. Which is what we're going to do. Because I screwed up the launch. Let's see if we can get into orbit in less than 3 minutes. Go me. And I'll just readjust these as we go up. Activate there. It starts just wobbling really quick, doesn't it? One of the risks of having this stuff set up like that, I suppose. But well, those two will burn out right there. I didn't want to stage. That could have been staged better. And then this will stop wobbling quite to the extent that it was. We've used some of the water already, and we haven't used any of the oxygen. No, water depleted. You shouldn't be depleted anymore. Yeah, that warning should go away. I'm gonna kick this over a little bit. It doesn't, the air is fighting it because we're still within the atmosphere. There we go, that's a lot better. Now we go back out to here. We're now focused on the spacecraft again. Hit Alt-Tab and minimized my screen. I haven't been doing that until I started trying to do videos of this game. I'm not sure what's changed. But more than once, I've accidentally clicked off the screen. This isn't playing in windowed mode, but it's acting like it's playing in windowed mode. It doesn't have mouse capture. On the way up, we'll put some extra throttle into the side. You can see what it's doing to the orbital arc. It's a good way to get a head start on it to an extent. And we'll get it up to about 90. Or 88, that's fine too. I like to actually do a lot of the flying for getting into orbit from this view here. Because as long as this is up, you have full throttle control and everything over the spacecraft. You don't even need to be here. you can be here. It's pretty convenient. And up we go. I'm staying in physics because I screwed it up going into the other one. Okay, we're up here now and we can start burning for orbit. We can see how quickly it's extending the arc. Let's see, can we finish this in 33 seconds? I don't have enough fuel. I seriously question if I've got enough fuel to finish this. Ooh, we're gonna be close. Please don't get trapped. Oh! Oh! Look how close that is. And that's the timer. I might actually be able to achieve orbit, but it might take all the fuel. No, we're not going to be able to achieve orbit. I am just a tad off. Well, I'm going to finish this flight and recover what science out of it I can. And then we'll be back for another attempt. As I'm going to run my... Well, I've got 348,000. I'm not going to run out of money. Any more records to break? I don't know. Nope, just set a speed record. We'll need to set the speed record to orbit. And there goes the fuel. So, we'll see you next time. I'm going to finish this flight, and we'll try again. In the meantime, I'm going to get what science I can from this, which probably won't be all that much. It'll probably be nothing. See you next time.